There's a quote that I love that's most often attributed to Henry Ford. If I'd asked people what they wanted, they would have said faster horses. Now there's a debate around whether Ford really said it, but the underlying insight is true. Most people can envision incremental progress, but it takes visionary thinking to imagine an entirely new way to solve a problem. And that's the crossroads that we're at with generative AI. Every business will jump to enhance their existing processes to make productivity gains. But the companies that adopt an AI-first mindset can innovate in ways that can change the world. Welcome to AI Academy. My name's Matt Candy, and I'm the Global Managing Partner for the Generative AI Consulting business at IBM. Over the last year, GenAI pilots have popped up everywhere. C-suite interest is at an all-time high, and budgets are pouring into AI technology. But at least 40% of companies remain stuck in the experimentation and exploration phases. In this video, I'll share how to move beyond AI hype to scaling your AI ambition, creating value for your organization in a responsible way. So what do we mean when we talk about scaling AI? The notion of change at scale can be overwhelming for many companies. Like changing the tire on your car while still driving. How do you keep your business moving forward whilst changing how you do business? When thinking about scaling AI in your organization, I believe there's a few key opportunity areas. The first area, productivity, impacts your employees, your processes, and the value you deliver. Think of GenAI at scale as a means to break down process silos, to unleash human creativity, and to amplify the potential of every person on every team by augmenting every role and workflow with tools to make them smarter. GenAI can impact every touchpoint and interaction your customers have with your brand, helping to engage them in more personalized, frictionless ways. It must delight, it must matter, and it must both preempt and deliver on their needs. Now this one I'm very excited about, the potential of GenAI-powered digital products and services, driving new revenue streams and business models. This GenAI-driven digital product and service boom will be key to achieving value and ROI. And the scale of innovation will be massive. We're going to see entire industries transformed and reinvented. And scaling GenAI will optimize the IT solutions that run the workflows and processes and experiences in the back end, both in how they're built and how they operate. And one of the greatest impacts of scaling GenAI will be democratizing it, putting it in everybody's hands to build and deliver new solutions in a more efficient way. Put more simply, using GenAI to help us all code better, faster, and smarter. So now that we know the value areas, and we understand what the potential is, now let's focus on how you drive this change within your organization. The first key to driving change is defining both your GenAI strategy and priority use cases. These are two sides of the same coin, and you've got to bring top-down and bottom-up together. So first, from a strategic top-down perspective, think about what really moves the needle for your business. So let's say you're a hotel launching a new brand, creating new designs, flipping over properties, executing a new marketing campaign. Now, if you can create and launch a new brand in 5 months versus 21 months, this can drastically increase your market share. Strategically, that's a big deal. Then think about a bottom-up, role-based approach to transformation. Consider all the team members in your organization and the roles that they play. And so for the hotel example, this includes your content creators, your designers, and media teams. And then ask, well, how do we create AI assistants that can help launch the brand in a more efficient way? Because the people closest to the work have the best ideas about what will work and have the best ability to create and infuse AI into those areas. Consider the humble spreadsheet. When Excel came to market, it was a new tool that employees had to learn to adopt. So just imagine a central team tasked with figuring out every use for a spreadsheet for every type of role in the company. Sounds a bit mad, doesn't it? Instead, employees experimented, they adapted, and they mastered different Excel functions. And soon it became as essential to productivity as coffee or calculators. As you think through ROI, you've got to look at the costs of running the AI versus what the savings and uplift by using it could be. And in the long term, look for savings that outweigh the investment. Long-term value is about going from a single workflow or use case to cascading the use of AI across the organization and driving ROI across multiple functions and departments. So the next step of transformation is building up your AI control center. With scaling AI, there will be lots of technologies and models that will run in different places. Some will run in a cloud, some on-prem, some in edge devices. And you can't scale if there aren't consistent approaches in place across all models, environments, and technologies. Your AI control center is a layer that connects and wraps around multiple models, providing AI governance and safe, secure access to your proprietary data. This allows you to deliver role-based access to different genAI models, assistants, and common capabilities in an open, trusted manner. And having a centralized control center is important, not just for governance and security, but also for driving the ROI we talked about earlier. The right size model, running in the right place, aligned to the use case and task, is going to affect the financial cost and the carbon cost. And the choices you make around this will be really important. Another element is your data layer. Right? The big models are trained on a small proportion of the world's data. The other significant percentage is locked up inside the firewalls of companies like yours. And the advantage for enterprises is going to come from how you bring that proprietary data within your firewall together with the right model to unlock new sources of value. The third step is to reimagine your transformation operating model, a delivery approach that moves quickly from idea to concept, to prototype, to MVP, to rollout, to scaled solution, always linking back to the benefit. A multidisciplinary team and co-creation is at the heart of this. And at IBM, we've helped clients set up genAI labs centered around squad-based teams, with strategists, designers, developers, data scientists working together to do the building, making, and creating. Anchoring this transformation approach around the human experience is crucially important. It will mean people want to use these new tools versus having to be pushed. And it will take practice. Employees must unlearn old ways of working. Experiential learning through using models and testing out prompts are key to grasping genAI concepts, taking us from, is this going to steal my job, to how can this give me superpowers at my job? Because your greatest competitive advantage is your people. Which brings me to the final key for successfully scaling genAI. The transformative power of genAI goes beyond enabling your teams to perform tasks more efficiently. It also drives individual growth and creates new jobs and career paths that empower employees to perform higher value work. Infuse this new approach into the culture of your company. To return to the idea of faster horses, right? This is an opportunity to rethink how work gets done, to reimagine what work itself looks like. To encourage debate, feedback, and experimenting. Bring together diverse experience, skills, and insights. And asking leaders at all levels to repurpose their existing skill sets to create a genAI forward environment that all can thrive in. The reality is we're moving past the peak of the AI hype cycle. The vision, technology, and the data are all converging right now. I'm a believer. And I told you at the beginning that companies that adopt an AI-first mindset are the ones that will innovate in ways that change the world, and in ways that will also change our lives. At age 9, my middle daughter was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. Early on, it was a nightmare of jabs and testing and monitoring and timing just to keep her blood sugar bouncing within reasonable parameters. I was desperate for a way to make those processes better for her, desperate for faster horses. But instead, somebody had the vision to build her a car. And so today, she has AI-powered monitoring and an insulin pump that keeps her blood sugar safe and steady. I can track it on my phone or smartwatch in real time. And if her sugars go too high, the AI starts to make decisions seamlessly and painlessly. And the difference that this technology has made in her life and my life is profound. She will live longer and happier because somebody had the vision to rethink old processes and to solve the problem in a whole new way. And that's the opportunity ahead for all of us now with genAI, to radically rethink what is possible and then to go out there and make it happen.